Howdy folks, you may be wondering why I'm carrying a compliments bag out in the middle of the forest. Well, that's because it has been pouring down rain or snowing here for the last 3 weeks. And as you can see, everything is soaking wet, which means the chances of me finding any dry wood anywhere nearby, highly unlikely. So instead, I brought my own because we are gonna cook up a special treat today. But before I do that, I need to get a fire started because I've got to get some good coals going. And looks like it might start raining again. So I think I'm going to put up a tarp shelter just to be safe. But first things first, let's get the ground cleared, get our fire started, because that's going to take probably an hour or two to get the coals to cook down to what we need. So let's get into it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but that is thunder. That means we've got another storm system on the way. So I'm gonna get this fire started and then we'll go ahead and put our tarp up. I've broken up some kindling and stuff, but I'm not gonna waste a whole lot of time. I'm gonna use some of these, fire plugs. It's basically like a waxed cotton. All you have to do is kind of rough it up. See right there, I don't know if that picks it up or not, but rough it up so you can have something to light. They burn for, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, just enough to kind of get things started. All right, well, hopefully we don't have any Boy Scouts watching because I know this is not the way you're supposed to build a fire. My goal was not to build a long burning, sustaining fire. Today the goal was to get a nice bed of coals as quickly as we possibly can, which means I'm gonna have to burn a little bit more wood than you would typically want. But I'm gonna get that bed of coals down, and then we'll start warming up the cast iron, and I'll show you what we're gonna build. But while that fire is going, let's get a shelter up just in case, because I'm starting to feel some raindrops again. We're not exactly roughing it today. Figured if I was gonna have to pack in firewood, then I might as well pack in some creature comforts also. So, given this village table, Vili, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but this collapsible table another try. Obviously we've got our heel notch chair that over the last couple of years has rapidly become one of my favorite luxury items to have in my pack. right, so those coals are getting closer and closer to being ready. Let's talk about what we're gonna be making today. I'm not gonna use this, but look at something, another luxury item I brought. Thermos of coffee. Because as much as I love my Campfire coffee, I love my French press more. So I made up this pot before I left the house this morning. Like I said, we're not roughing it. That's good. Okay, so today's meal. You're gonna be shocked, but yes, I packed in a cast iron skillet and a lid all the way here. That's why I had so much weight in my pack. Not to mention 25 pounds of firewood. But with this skillet, we are going to go a little crazy. And I'm making a kind of a paella inspired dish. And the reason I say paella inspired is I'm cheating. I'm not using short grain rice and adding saffron and spices, but we're going to use a Spanish rice mix. Primarily just because it's going to cook up faster. If you're making a traditional paella, you know, the whole process takes maybe 30-40 minutes, and it just slowly roasts the flavors, and it's absolutely amazing. But when I'm dealing with open campfire and coals, time is kind of a critical piece because I don't want to have to keep stoking the fire and keep stoking the fire. So the goal is to get a nice good bed of coals in there, and then we are going to cook up all of our base ingredients and toss in the rice and let it cook for, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes. What we are going to be doing, I've got an Italian sausage. More Italian sausage, just in case it's not enough. Got some prawns, and no, these are not fresh prawns. I had to cheat again, and they're frozen, but prawns are prawns. And then, of course, got some bell peppers, garlic, a nice onion, and a little bit of lime to just kind of zest up all that flavor when it's done. Let's toss in the garlic and peppers. It's getting warm. Add in our prawns. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. I am certainly not going to complain about this day. It's getting hard to believe, but it is, it's what, February 10th, 9th or 10th, and it's, 45 or 50 degrees out here. It's insane. This is not what a typical Northwest winter is like. I mean, there is still a little bit of snow on the ground, and in the distance there's some snow back in the trees, but it's a warm day. It's been dropping down below freezing at night, and we get these snow showers that come through, but by midday the next day it turns to rain and it warms up again. It's crazy. This area that I'm in right now should be under a couple of feet of snow. I mean, the road that I came in on should have actually been shut down for the season, but it's still accessible just because there's been this unusually warm winter. We are going to definitely have some drought conditions this summer if it doesn't change pretty soon. And drought conditions means potential forest fires, and potential forest fires means losing more of our forests and more of our hiking trails and access points, and the inability to have campfires. We'll have to go back to using our gas stoves, and yes, fair enough trade-off to try and keep things safe. But yeah, it's an interesting winter, really interesting winter. And I think I've said that probably the last 3 winters now. So this may be our new normal. I don't know. Let's go take a look at that paella. I know if I've got any Spanish friends watching, you're rolling your eyes at me every time I call it a paella, but that's what it is. It's just not a traditional one or a fancy one. The rice has been cooking for, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes. So let's see if we can break this open and see what it looks like in here. It's nice. Add a little bit of lime zest. I forgot my spoon. It's a good thing I have a spatula. Let's... Oh, that is so good. Wow. I almost didn't put the lime in there, but man, am I glad I did, because that freshness and this, like that zesty zing from the lime is such a delicious contrast from the rich spiciness of the sausage. And oh, that's good. I'm so glad I skipped breakfast and lunch today. Because there is no way I would have room to eat all of this. Oh boy. Oh. I am gonna completely regret that in about 2 or 3 hours. But whew, that was a fantastic meal. I'm definitely gonna have to write that down so I remember it for another trip. As much as I would like to kick back and take a nap now, got about 2 hours of daylight, and the rain has decided to take a little break, which is awesome. So I am gonna pack up this site, clean up what's left of the ashes from the campfire, and call it a day. So until next time, folks, I hope to see you out there on the trail soon. Let's go for a walk.